ED of Repco Home Finance. Hi, Mr. Raghu. Thanks so much, sir, for joining in. I understand that, in fact, your FY18 loan growth target is at around 25%. Doesn't this worry you that, in fact, there is some pricing pressure coming in from banks? Are you still confident you can maintain that 25%? And if you could tell us how much of your book comes in from the housing space, as well as how much of it is from rural?
See, as far as the growth is concerned, I don't think we have any reason to change any of the estimates what we have been stating in the past. I think we'll still continue to go with the estimated figure for loan growth in the FY18. And since about two-thirds of my book still comes from the rural areas, and about one-third is coming from the urban or the peripheries of the urban areas, yes, I think the recent reduction in the interest rates, we'd like to wait and watch how the situation goes further. And we'll also probably take a call. And I'd like to say that for companies like Repco Home Finance, the clientele segment is different when compared to the SBA or the HDFCs and the ICICI. So I think we'll try to see how the position, and then we'll take a call.
Okay. What has been the latest on the repayment front after demonetization? You all took a bit of a knock in terms of default loans. I think it went to 6.2% for your LAP segment for loan against property, and for the non-salaried segment, it was about 5.5%. Have things recovered?
No, I don't think I'll be in a position to talk anything on that because the results have still not been announced.
Oh, sorry.
We are observing a silent period.
Okay.
So I don't think I'll be in a position to comment on those factors right now.
Okay. Then broadly, are you seeing, the FY18 or the first month of the year at least, better in terms of loan demand, especially from the PM Awas Yojana?
Well, I think the PM Awas Yojana, we expect the demand to pick up during the FY18. And this will also, the impact will be known only when the supply side also improves along with the demand side. Because the measures that have been announced on the interest rate reduction or on the subsidy are all from the demand side of the housing loan. We also need to look at the supply side. And once the supply improves, definitely the demand also will be met by the companies.
But are you saying there aren't enough ready to build, half-built 14 lakh, 12 lakh rupee houses, sir?
No, the projects are on in some states, not in all the states. Some of the state governments have announced the projects, and I think we are closely following that. Wherever states the projects are on, we'll try to pitch in there to fund those customers.
Which states are the projects on?
We are there. I think in Maharashtra some projects are there. Gujarat it is there. Rajasthan, of course, we are not present, and we have some projects coming up in Tamil Nadu. And I think we are looking at these projects now.
Mr. Raghu, a lot is riding in the stock markets on the assumption that the PM Awas Yojana will create so much demand for houses that we could have a consumption-led growth in cement, in housing finance, in real estate. Can you quantify this demand for us? How big can it be?
So definitely, the cement, if you're talking about cement and steel, probably housing sector is one sector which consumes a lot of cement and steel. I think once the demand in the housing sector, the demand for housing increases, I think the consumption-led demand for steel and cement also should go up. I think both the housing and the infrastructure sector, once it picks up, I think the demand for these products also will go up.
No, that I agree. Once infrastructure demand picks up, it will go. I'm only asking you, since you've been a veteran in the housing finance space, is the Awas Yojana going to mean a quantum leap in demand for homes in FY18?
As again, depending on the number of projects, the number of houses, if all the houses which the government is planning to construct materializes during the current year, it definitely, though I won't be in a position to quantify the exact growth in the demand for cement or steel, it will definitely pick up.
Do you see rates falling further? Would you see your margins under pressure?
As far as the rates are concerned, I think since there has been not much of a change in the last policy also, there is no change in the MCLR rates of the banks. Probably the rates will remain stable for the next one or two quarters.
Okay. All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Mr.